Take two. Hello and welcome. This is day 9 of the 17 days of quantum. This is day 9 of the 17 days of quantum. Today's topic is elevating momentum. Momentum's not to be confused with such things as flow. Momentum is something that is happening around us all the time. Everything's in motion, everything is moving, everything is in a state of change. Momentum is simply creating an environment which embraces that change, which allows for that change to be something of benefit in your own life. For many of us, we're subscribed to this idea that we need to create momentum. Momentum already exists. Rather, what we need to do is leverage what's already there. We need to create an environment within our own self that stops interrupting the natural flow of things around us. I've left some questions in the post here just to consider. Would confidence try to force something into existence, or would it prepare for its imminent and immediate arrival? How often are you in your own life trying to force something into existence but find yourself continually chasing it, pursuing it? When we're confident in our own life, we expect things to happen. We don't think about how they're going to happen, we prepare for them. We've been led to believe that we have to work hard, that we have to suffer, that we have to force ourselves into doing things that we don't want or we don't like. And if you want to subscribe into that, that's your choice. For many of us, inspiration in our life has become something of a magical experience, of a rare experience. An alignment, a coincidence that we talk of. An inspired moment, as if it was something that we've been gifted, rather than a choice that we make. We choose to be inspired in our life by our own courage to say yes at a particular time or say no at another. When we say yes to something in compromise, we're choosing to not be inspired by it. We're choosing to compromise the situation, to take on something less than what we are or what we deserve. That doesn't create... Sorry, I just got someone trying to call, politely declining. That doesn't create momentum in our life if we're not seeking inspiration. If we are allowing ourselves to take on less than what we like or what we expect, hoping that it'll change sometime down the track, where we start from is where our momentum is created. It's being patient and humbly patient enough to be able to decide that what I'm doing is what I want to do and I'm choosing to do that. Not because I have to, not because I'm obliged to. That becomes the habit. Momentum is created when we start to move in a direction of our own choosing, when we start to direct our attention towards what it is that we want. One of the things that happens with momentum, when you may have experienced it, things start to go great for you in your own life. When you start to see your plans unfolding, your dreams unfolding, and things in your life that start to bring you to a place where you have to confront your very self-image, where you start to experience more in your life than what you currently expected. And that's where some people stop and they sit back and think that they've made it. They stop making decisions, they stop taking the actions that got them there in the first place. And the momentum will continue to go and the illusion will continue that I don't need to do anything because I've made it. The very nature of our own growth and allowing momentum in our life is to accept and create a bigger space to allow for more responsibility that we're now taking on in this momentum to become normalized, to become integrated within us, rather than something that's different. Because when we start to create momentum in our lives and we start to move into a place of prosperity, what we tend to do is stop. Because we don't know how to take on, we don't know how to expand, and we don't know how to integrate that greater responsibility that's coming into our life, the greater amount of energy, the greater amount of attention, the greater amount of judgment that may come as well. We start to fear the loss of this thing that we've created, so we just sit back and hope that it stays. Momentum is something that confronts us, and it's the ability to continue to keep making decisions from a place of prosperity. For many of us, what we do is we wait until we're in pain before we make decisions. Momentum comes in our ability to make decisions when we have no impediment in front of us. When there's no reason that we have to, it's because we choose to, that we're at the top of our own expression. We've reached places that we haven't been to before, so there isn't anything. There's no closed doors in front of us because we haven't been here before and told ourselves that we can't based upon our past experience of what didn't work or what someone else told us that didn't work. Momentum is significant in our ability to be able to traverse into places that we have not yet been. Momentum is that continual choice to make a decision from a place of prosperity. Not from a place of challenge, not from a place of fear, not from a place of being broke or broken, not from a place of a story, but from a place where we have reached a pinnacle in our life that we continue from that particular point to make a decision without allowing the resistances of life to come and surround us, without allowing us to be obliged by what other people think we should be doing. What we feel in a state of flow is when we make decisions from places that are not restricted by our thinking. And look, just to remember, our thinking is simply a choice to not take action. For many of us, we go into this place where we say we're going to think about it. We don't think about things that we understand how to do. What we're doing is we're saying we don't understand how to move forward from here, and I'm going to find a way to do that. And if we can engage in that way and that's what becomes our thinking, well, then we can move forward. But if we're sitting there thinking, I'm going to think about this position, well, thinking is a space, it's a state that opposes action. So in the creation of momentum, in the creation of movement through your own life, it is first about becoming inspired by what it is that you're here to do and why you're here to do it, but understanding that when you move into that space, you're going to have to let go of some things. There's going to be some challenges. You're going to have to allow things to come into your life, but it's also about the grace of saying no to the things that don't serve you, that don't support you and will not. It's the ability to continue to make decisions from that place of heightened awareness to be able to take on a greater level of responsibility. And this is not what happens from outside of you. This is what happens from within you. How to navigate what you have. How to activate. How to elevate what you have. Not from a point of wishing, not from some ancient philosophy, but understanding how to navigate you, your way. Not how someone else has done it, but how you learn to do that for yourself. And it's the very nature of what we're moving into. What we all have the opportunity to do at every particular moment in our life, but it's now become more present with the way in which the environment of the world has been presented to us recently. Your momentum is determined by your decisions and your ability to remain present for long enough to remain attentive to what it is that exists in your environment, what it is that exists within you that's coming out, and being able to be in concert, be able to be in communication without doubt, without fear, but certainty of that relationship. Anything less than that is acquiescing in allowing other people to make decisions for you and hoping that they may be of benefit to you. If you're someone who's wanting to take control of the enormity of what you are, it doesn't happen over a weekend. It doesn't happen in a moment of inspiration. It happens through a consistent habitual practice, but it comes through understanding how to navigate yourself. It's not difficult. The challenge of it is so simple. But it's about letting go of all the complexities and all the wisdoms that other people have imparted on you and be able to recognize they're their opinions. They're their indoctrinations. But it's when you feel in your own heart and through someone else's heart the true experience of you living your own truth, developing your own momentum by taking greater responsibility for what it is that you're creating, bit by bit, engaging more of what you are and letting go of what you are not. It's the cultivation and the space maintained of self-belief, not of beliefs. And to finish up here, there is a lot of talk in these circles about belief clearing, about how I have to get past my beliefs. The very nature of beliefs are created when we choose to not move forward in life, when we create a story of our own truth as to why we can't. And that becomes a belief. It becomes stagnant in our own life. And what it does is it dissolves something called self-belief, which is a place where we choose to move forward without apprehension, without restriction, but through the very nature of our own free energy emanating and existing within us. It's about tapping into that. Beliefs are simply a lazy space that we get into when we become feared by our past experiences, not by the ability to act right now, to create momentum, to move beyond the stories of our past and those of generations before us. As you're all well aware, or maybe some of you are not, we are moving towards a pre-launch, and this is giving you a bit of an insight into what it is that we are doing and what we offer at the Quantum Movement. If you're wanting to register for that, the details are below. But for those of you that just want to absorb what it is that we're taking on and are getting some benefit from that, I welcome you to listen to the coming 8 days remaining of the days of Quantum. Have a beautiful day, and until we meet again on the inside, enjoy you.